Construction consulting is extremely important for a customer if they have a project and they've been thinking about the project for a long time, so they have ideas, but they don't have what they truly want. So with construction consulting, what that allows the customer and the contractor to do is to sit down and build the entire project from start to finish to get exactly what they want. Also, some customers don't realize how to pull a permit from the city or the county. They don't know if they need a permit from the city or the county. And working with a licensed contractor, he can help the customers do an owner build, or they can do a building permit with the contractor, and it helps them to know all the steps they have to go through to make sure that their build is done properly, it's done legally, and they're getting exactly what they want when the project's over. At what point does a customer need to get a hold of a construction consultant? Anywhere from when they're thinking about doing a project, or even when they have ideas and then they get stopped on, like, I don't know how to do something, or what I have to do. Like, you have a lot of people that want to do kitchen and bathroom remodels, or they want to add like an ADU onto their property, and they'll go talk to the city or the county, and the county's like, yes, you can do that, you can pull a permit, and then they start planning and budgeting for the project. But since they haven't got a construction consultant to come out to find out like where the plumbing is for their house, they might not realize they can't put an ADU in their backyard because the plumbing is all the way in the front of the house that we have to connect to. So that adds price, time, cost on a job, where if you brought in a consultant that actually knows building, they can put that into the project cost and there's no surprises. Anything from remodels to ADUs to new construction to additions, if they don't know what part of the house they want to add the addition onto. Well, there's certain parts of a home that it could be easier to do that addition, therefore less money as far as like the cost of the build, and also it makes it still where it's actually more pleasantly, aesthetically pleasing. It looks better on the house than just saying, I want it over here and that's all there is to it. You can get a consultant who knows what they're doing, a builder like me, and I can come in and say, okay, it's going to be easier for you to go this way on your house for like a living room or a kitchen. Easier also means cost less money to do it a certain way. We can build almost anything, but what that means is sometimes it's harder to build a certain way, so therefore it costs more money. Consulting is when a customer knows what they want, an addition, they want a remodel, they just don't know where they want everything in that remodel or addition. Number one reason that people should hire consultants is if they have questions on what they want their final construction project to look like and for it to be budget friendly. On smaller jobs, I either charge by the hour, and on bigger jobs, I actually give an estimate for the entire project on how many days or hours it's going to take to consult with the customer. Yes, absolutely. Yes, if I think it's going to be 3 hours, I'm like, okay, for what you're wanting, it's going to be 3 hours at $80 an hour. It's $240. No, that's part of the consulting. There's going to be times when I show up and we're talking about the construction project, and a customer could be like, hey, I'm looking for like a certain sink or a certain faucet or a certain water closet. And I'll be like, hey, look online, and when you find one, text it to me. And they text it to me. That's part of consulting. With consulting, there could be times I have to come back to the house multiple times. That's part of the estimate and or the hourly charge. Most of these jobs are going to be small jobs, so therefore it's going to be by an hourly rate. If I was consulting for someone that wanted to build like a new car wash, like a new office building, then I would be able to give them a bid, because that's going to be weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of consulting.